Hey lovelies, it's your girl Swan here bringing to you a brand new video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks so much for giving my video a try. I hope you stick around and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click that little bell so you'll always be notified when a new video comes out. Hey, so lovelies, we're in the midst of Inktober 2019 and I need a break. Doing this thing online and not online, on the computer, my eyes are literally burning, they're dry. But not all the eye drops in the world is making my eyes get back its moisture. So I'm going back old school, yeah. So I'm going to draw something with normal paper, normal pen, pencil, drawing, my mediums. My brain is fried. So the idea that I have to do is to do over a book cover of a book I wrote / started writing but never finished. And like hopefully that will get me any motivation because NaNoWriMo is right around the corner, which is next month. And for those of you who don't know what NaNoWriMo or NaNoWriMo is, it's NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. NaNoWriMo. I still love that. So it's National Novel Writing Month. So for the 30 days, you try to write a novel in that space. You don't have to complete the challenge, but it helps to start. And with this challenge, I've started 2 books, and I've never finished 2 books. But those are books I'm passionate about, but yet I haven't found the motivation to finish it. I know how the story pans out. I know what's going to happen, but to actually sit down and write, yeah, that's my problem. So my motivation behind this to give NaNoWriMo a try again next month is the average artist. She's a really cool artist here on YouTube, and I've just recently consumed all her content, and I love her painting over book cover series where she takes movie posters off of books and put her own spin on it. She reads the whole book, finds like really cool and interesting details that pertain to the book or that's very unique to the story, and she paints it on the cover. Because I'm not really a type of fan of person who put like people on the book. Anyhow, so one of the 2 stories I want to like do over a book cover for is my story I used to have on Wattpad called Confessions of a Bookaholic. I can't get the picture bigger, so you guys could just see that. So someone designed this cover for me on Wattpad years ago. I tried to go through the archive to find them, but no such luck. Sorry. So there's a dark-skinned girl, a black lady reading a book with a bookshelf on top and a really cool like cover thing there. And I was like, I don't want a person on my book. I want what the essence of the story is to be the book cover. So in general, this long-winded intro is just a way for me to say I'm designing my own book cover. Yeah, that's what I should have just said. Hey lovelies, I'm designing my own book cover. So first, research. So this is one of my favorite books of all times by Lisa Kleypas. I love romance. I love historical romance the most. Don't know why. And well, you can see I try not to like get my books destroyed, but yeah. So this is Love in the Afternoon by Lisa Kleypas. I love this book. This book is like, oh, it's so good. I love it until like up to around here. So after they got married, the book got boring, but up to that point, yeah. So on the cover you see a stack of letters and even a place card. So letters is a huge deal in this book because they fell in love over a stack of letters. Yeah, it's a weird, but they did. Also, another book cover I like, because I just took out all my books. This is my favorite book of all times by the same author, Lisa Kleypas. This is my favorite book of all time. I love this book so much. The story throughout the entire book is to die for. This was a throwaway book from the library and I just grabbed it up. So, one thing I like about these books, they still have the people element, but inside, if you don't want to see it, you don't see it. You see? Same thing over here. If you don't want to see it, you ain't gonna see it. Wasn't Christian blonde? I don't know. I love this book. I just love this book. Alright. The next book cover, or like it's a series of book cover. These are my mom's version of Judy Garwood's Castles and the Secret. It's a whole series of books like these. I just love this. And Marina Adair, it's alright, but it's just like cliche. How much times do you go in a bookstore and you see like this? How often do you see this? I look at my bookshelf, it's this. And of course there's the ones that are like these. So I think I've talked enough about my books because I love books. And now it's on to sketching, because that's a fun thing to do, right? So good. I've almost finished with the sketchbook, seriously guys. I think the only reason I haven't finished it is because of Inktober and I'm doing it digitally. So I really like these leads anymore. But okay. So first of all, my book is by the titles Confessions of a Bookaholic. So of course it's generally a girl who likes books. So the main character name is Trinity, and she is accustomed being looked down upon or not expected much from, or she's always overlooked. So she has an older sister named I can't remember her name, and wow, I need to read over that book. You know what, as a treat, I'll read the book for you guys as I paint the cover, but now it's time for planning. So Trinity is a bookaholic, and one thing I realized with this book that I've written is that I'm trying to cram as much book related content that I could find in the book. So every sentence, not every sentence, that'll be too overwhelming, but frequently someone will say something or something will happen and Trinity will be related to a book she's read, and then her whole fantasy life will go on without a head. Because how many times have you guys fantasized about things that happens in books? Just me? Nobody else? That's okay. Going on now. So of course she has a lot of books. She has a library, and Trinity is someone who likes to be comfortable. She likes to be comfortable. So let's say her book cover could be like a cozy corner for her. So she could have like the chair here, like have the, so she has a nice comfy chair. I don't want it to be at this angle, but that what I could get. So like I love these type of armchairs. So she has like a comfy chair, a pillow on the back, and then you can have like, you know, those true blankets Americans what people just use to like decorate the chair. That ain't go run here and try that. And then she could have like a window. That's an old school window. Of course she needs a plant because everybody needs plants. And like a bookcase, to do a floor bookcase, or just like a brick wall more than a bookcase. But anyhow, it's a sketch. So like that could be an idea. Oh yeah, and a rug, because everybody needs a rug. No, not everybody. Okay, maybe everybody. As I said, as I just look at the rug on my floor. Anyhow, that's my idea. It's time to sketch it, and you guys will see the painting because I'm using gouache. Or maybe I might use watercolor. Gouache. So, let's go. Hey lovelies, voiceover Swan here. And if you could have... Hi, I'm just right here in the corner, just reading to you my first chapter of Confessions of a Bookaholic. If you guys don't want to hear the first chapter, you could just mute the video and watch me create the cover. But if you want to, if you're interested, come along for the ride. Tablet. Chapter 1. You want me to what? Oh, come on. I need your help on this. There's no one else I can ask to do this for me. I looked at my sister to see if she had lost her mind. I cannot believe what just came out of her mouth. Does she really expect me? There's no really. Does she actually expect me to do such a thing? I look at her in her do-me dress, quotation, do-me dress, and I'll kill you with these shoes. Her hair is styled in one of those in styles. What's an in style? What the heck am I even writing? I don't even know the name of it. It is cut short with a bang, except that the bang is sideways across her face. So I think it's like swoop, swoop. Like, that Rihanna haircut. Yeah. Her makeup is perfectly done and makes her milk chocolate skin glow. It does not even look like she's wearing any, which I think is the point. As always, my sister is very much put together with not a single hair out of place. For the amount of money she pays her stylish, it's no wonder it's perfect. Anywhere she goes, she attracts attention. In fact, 2 guys at the counter at the restaurant we're in can't keep their eyes off her. Guys, do you think Audible could hire me? Alright, okay. I look down at myself. I'm wearing a jersey that reads, "Book lovers never go to bed alone," which is 2 sizes too big for me. I got it from the last book convention I went to. Below that, I'm wearing my yoga pants that I've owned for what seems like forever, and I'm wearing flip-flops on my feet. If I had a mirror, I'll know that my head is a mess since I did not bother to comb out my natural curls on my head. I just wrapped it up in one, and I'm sure in one, that's what we Trinidadians say when we put it up in a bun. I just wrapped it up in one, and I'm sure that it's sticking up everywhere. My skin tone is darker than my sister's, and it reminds me of burnt toast. Wow, I don't remember that. That sounds so depressing. It does not help that oil likes to constantly come out of my pores, making my face look shiny and greasy. True story about my face. Hand fraying about, I said, "Are you crazy? What in the history of knowing me gave you the idea that I can go through with this ridiculous idea?" "Pretty pleased with no robots on top," she said while batting those ridiculously long eyelashes. Not believing she even went there, I crossed my arms explaining, No, do not bring Nora into this. Oh, come on, Trinity. That's where I could put a little Trini into the book. Because it's based in America for some reason, some made-up town in America. But anyhow. "Oh, come on, Trinity. It's not like I'm asking you to rob a bank for me. No, Alea, you're asking something much, much worse. How is pretending to be me possibly be worse?" 'Cause it is. The book I gave her... Oh, the book. I haven't read the story in so long. The look I gave her must have conveyed my thoughts because Alea dropped a smile and sat back in her seat with her spine rimrod straight. Her hands were crossed at the knees and she looked me directly in my eyes. Okay, now I understand that pose. "Look, I know this is not your thing, but I really need your help with this." She sounds like a Heather. "Look, or Janice, I know this is not your thing, but I really need your help with that." Okay, I won't do that voice again. "Why me? Why not one of your friends from the fashionably fabulous group?" Alea raised her eyebrow at that little piece of information. I did not mean to let that slip. "You still call us that?" I scratched the back of my head and looked down at my hot chocolate. "Well, yeah. What else am I supposed to call you?" I like fashionably fabulous, but Queen Fastinisha is way better. But anyway, we're getting off topic. I need you to do this for me because no one else would do it. Alea spread out her arms, palms out, facing the opposite direction. It looked like something the kids do on Glee. I was really into Glee back then. A disappointed feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. Of course, that's the reason. I'm never picked first for anything. It's hard to be picked first when you're always overlooked by everyone. I picked up my chocolate shake and took a sip while contemplating what Alea is asking of me. Go over this plan one more time, please. My sister gave me an aggravated look and flung herself back in her seat. She crossed her legs, and the guys at the counter immediately took notice, seeing as they completely turned around on their stools to get a better look. Why is it that I always notice these things? It's after 8 in the night, and the restaurant we're in is called Cloud 9 Eating. It's a family restaurant that has been part of our hometown of tranquility for many generations. The restaurant is mainly catered for families, but after 6, they serve alcoholic drinks to people looking for a respite. The restaurant is run by the present generation in the form of my best friend, Cleo Sinclair. Hey, Cleo. Growing up, me and Cleo used to play in the restaurant and even used to help out from time to time. I valued the time I spent in here. It was a welcome break from my own family. Spying Cleo behind the counter, she's shooting hostile glances in my sister's direction. I wonder what's that about. Seriously, I wonder what's that about because I haven't reached that find book that I found why Cleo doesn't like Alea. Cleo dislikes my sister. Seriously, I can't speak today. Cleo dislikes my sister with good reason. Still, what's that reason? But she promised me that she would behave herself. I shoot Cleo a disapproving glance. Her response is to stick out her tongue at me, which made me laugh silently. I was jerked out of my musing by Alea's sharp tone. I don't appreciate your tone. What's so hard to understand? My fiance and I have to get out of town on a much needed vacation, and I need you to fill in for me with the wedding planning. It's that simple. Seriously, calm your tone down. Don't talk to me like that. Okay. But that's the part that I don't understand. Why don't you just reschedule? Reschedule? You do not reschedule on vows. Vows reschedules on you. I could not believe what I just heard. Vows is the name of the wedding planning company that is run by 4 friends in the Bride Quartet series by Nora Roberts. I always wanted to get married in vows, even if it was a fictional place. But it seemed like the place actually exists. Who knew? No, it doesn't. I was pulled out of my musing by Alea snapping her fingers in front of my face. I dislike when you do that. Do what? When you go off into your own little world, or in your case, worlds. Oh, I was just thinking about the name Vows. Do you know the name Vows is used in a book series by Nora Roberts? Not another book. Come on, you're always reading those things. You're going to give yourself brain cancer. Shows how much you know. You cannot get brain cancer from books, Alea, I said, pointing the straw from my drink at her. Whatever, can you help me out or what? She said as she shrugged her shoulders. I put my straw back in my glass and I began to swirl the remainder of my drink with it. I still don't exactly understand what I have to do. Alea sighed and sat back in her seat, and pressed her fingers to her temple. I could tell that I am annoying her, but I just can't help it. She comes up to me out of the blue to ask me this favor and expect me to not fully describe what it is I have to do. I'm the type of person who has to get all the information before I even make a move. She knows this about me. Why is she frustrated? Yeah, come on, Alea. Why are you frustrated? I continue to sip my hot chocolate, but it's more warm chocolate now. I check out the guys at the counter and my gut twisted when I see that they still have their eyes set on my sister. They have not looked once at me. Feeling invisible sucks. I should be used to it by now after all these years, but somehow it still always gets me. Vows is a highly sought after, high class wedding planning service that has a waiting list that is 1 year long. Mark and I were lucky because as soon A soon-to-be bride found her groom in bed with her best friend, she said with a twisted grin. I slapped my hand on the table, upsetting the items that were settling on it, ignoring the curious girls. I said, how can you say that? That woman must be really devastated right now, I stated, ignoring the twinge in my stomach after hearing Alea use the nickname I gave Marcus. Oh, don't be so dramatic, Alea said, waving her hand. It's lucky for her as well. Better she found out before the wedding rather than after. Alea flicked her wrist at me and picked up her fruity concoction of cranberry and vodka. She did have a point, but I don't like how it doesn't bother Alea that someone was hurt in order for her to get what she wanted. I chew at the end of my straw, debating whether I should order another hot chocolate or not, knowing that Alea disapproves of my habit of chocolatey beverages. Chocolate is from the gods. She needs to calm down. I looked at her alcoholic drink and said, what the hey, and signaled for Cleo for another drink. I turned back to look at my sister, only to come face to face with her deadly sneer. Unfortunately for her, I'm immune to it now and just smiled at her and waited for my drink. Alea carefully rested her drink down on a napkin provided and dabbed her mouth with a tissue. When she then proceeded to smooth out her dress on her legs and recross them, I thought to myself, uh-oh, here comes the speech. Trinity, I understand that this is not your kind of thing, but I'm asking you as your sister. I need your help. Marcus and I need this vacation. She says needs a lot. I understand the need and the vacation part, but what confuses me is why can't you do that after the wedding? Good question. I've been saying this over and over, but still Alea hasn't given me a straight answer. I know that's one part of the book I actually know about. I know why. Okay. Alea brushes invisible lint off her shoulder and uncrossed and recrossed her legs again. Cleo came up with my hot chocolate. She was practically running. I was vastly amused by her antics, knowing that she wanted to hear what my sister was talking about. That was not going to happen. Seeing as how Alea clamped her lips shut and glared at Cleo. The pout that came over Cleo's face made me laugh, and I thanked her for her wonderful hot chocolate and turned my attention back to Alea. Marcus is overwhelmed by all the wedding planning, and of course, working with those brats every day. The stress just became a little too much for him, she said as soon as Cleo was safely behind the counter. This made me sit up straight in my seat. Marcus loves those children. How can you even say that? He's been teaching at that school for years, and all of a sudden the brats, as you call them, starts to stress him out. I need to take my time. I really need to. Alea's fiance, Marcus Rowley. You guys will know why I'm laughing at. You Trinidadian people will know why I'm laughing. I don't know why I chose that last name. Is a teacher at the local grade school in town. Despite growing up with a lawyer as a father and a CEO of a pharmaceutical company of a mother, Marcus overcame the pressure of his parents, wanted him to follow in their footsteps, and did what he wanted to do, teach children. So he packed, not in a creepy way, so he packed his bags and moved from the big city of New York and came back to live in his hometown of Tranquility. I think that it's sweet that Marcus wants to give back to the community in his own way, but Alea resents that he spends most of his time thinking about the children. I always wonder how Alea can even be in love with Marcus when all she wants to do is change him. I know why. Tracy, let's not go down this road again. The bottom line is, Marcus and I need a vacation. In fact, Marcus has already left, and since it took longer for me to get time off of my job, I'm going to meet him after I put things in place. So are you going to help me out or not? Pieces of the story just aren't adding up. I sit back and sip my hot chocolate as I regard all that Alea said. Why would Marcus leave first? From the way that he worships Alea, it just does not make sense. Since Marcus is a teacher and Alea works at a little boutique in town, logically it would take Marcus longer to get time off. What's Alea up to? I know how you keep saying that. Still watching Alea, she opens her purse and takes out her compact. She touches up her makeup right in front of my eyes. Even though her makeup looks just fine to me, and seeing as she's doing this out in the open for everyone to see alerts me that something about this business is not right. Some ain't right, girl. Some ain't right. Alea never does her makeup for others to see unless she's nervous about something. I rest on my drink and sat up straight. I cleared my throat and leaned my elbows on the table. I know that this is going to disappoint Alea, but I just cannot go through with this. Just as I was about to open my mouth, Alea pulled out something from her bag that left my mouth hanging open. Alea was holding two of the most precious things I had ever seen, and all I can think about is what do I have to do to get my hands on those. Now, this is part of the story that I know I need to change. I don't know what it could be, but this story, it needs to change. When I wrote this on Wattpad, somebody said, "Oh, maybe tickets to Trinidad and Tobago," and I was like, "Yeah, it's cool." At that time, it was the best idea ever, but now I need something. If you guys could give me something, what would be so precious to a bookaholic, that she will go through with her sister's flawed plan? Help me out in the comments, please. "I see that I have gotten your complete attention," Alea said, while she put back her purse on her lap, holding up the precious in her hand. "If you don't already know, what I have in my hand here are 2 tickets to Trinidad and Tobago, first class. I don't find that's enough. She can afford it. She has a good job. She has a better job than Alea. So, she needs something else. Guys, please. Please help me. I need help." I sucked in some air after hearing that. First class? I can go to the land of my birth in comfort and style. Seriously, I need to change it. I don't like that part of the story anymore. I reached my hand out to take it, but Alea moved them out of my reach. You can get these first class tickets after you do me this favor." And with that, Alea picked up her purse and put the precious back in it. I can only look at her purse as it gobbles up my precious first class tickets, and then I look at the smug smile on Alea's face. Damn it! She had me, and worst of all, she knew it. I resigned myself to my fate and picked back up my hot chocolate and sat back to enjoy it. "Fine. Tell me exactly what it is I have to do with this plan of yours." Alea smiled wider and she crossed her legs, smoothed out her dress over her legs, and entwined her fingers while resting them on her knee. She then proceeded to tell me the details of what it is I have to do. As I sat there listening to her talk, I just can't help the feeling that this is going to all come crashing down around us. Dun dun dun! So that's the first chapter of my book, Confessions of a Bookaholic. If you guys want to hear chapter 2, sure. I think I have like 8 chapters. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay. Oh, right there. Oh, I have 11 chapters. Wow. Okay. All right. I need to reread this and see what's going on because so far, sorry, that's what you're not saying. So far, it's really interesting. What the heck? Because according to NaNoWriMo, I am a pantser, and that means I make up stories on the fly. Even when I plan them out, yeah, it doesn't come true. So I planned out this book how the first chapter was supposed to go, and as soon as I started writing, it just went out my head. So thank you guys so much for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like my little bookshelf here, my Harry Potter books, my cute little pins. I hope you enjoy this. video. It was really scary to do, and I hope you guys like it. And of course, I would like to thank Hey lovelies, future Swan here. So I filmed this video I think in the middle of October, and I wasn't able to finish it or even start the actual drawing. So I just filmed the beginning. I did the reading of my first chapter, and yeah, nothing else. So just think, here's the final drawing. I'm really happy with how it came out. I just followed the color scheme, and yeah, this looks really good. I have no idea where to put like the text for Confessions of a Bookaholic, but I'll find something. And also, when I filmed that, I didn't have a new Patreon, so I have to redo it. Thank you guys so much for watching. So I would like to thank my patron, Carla Finlow, YK, Princess Auntie, and a new member to Team Lovely, Rose One. Rollins. Wow, I was gonna say Rollis. Who's Rollis? Rose Roland. Hi Rose. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did, because look how cute. Look how cute. And I'll see you in the next video, lovelies. Bye. Yeah. Bye. Girl. Girl. Auntie painting.
They also secretly